Tash, the other thing is this psychological, the doom and gloom. We've got another warning now that this price cap is going to go up to 4,266 in January, according to Cornwall Insight, which is the latest estimate. People are going to be scared, aren't they?
I think people are going to be properly terrified. It's really interesting when we look at the retail figures and whether something is technically up or stripping out inflation, it's down, and all these tiny nuances in spending, when in actual fact you have a population who are just feeling, underlying consumer sentiment is low, they're feeling frightened. Who can afford those sorts of electricity bills? It doesn't matter what segment of society you're looking at, whether you're looking at, everyday people through to the rich and wealthy. No one can afford those sorts of electricity bills or wants to pay them, and no one's been used to historically paying electricity at that sort of price.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the thing. We've actually been sort of softened up a little bit by the fact that interest rates have been so low, so the mortgage has been OK. And relatively, our energy costs have been pretty stable.
I think when we look back at this, we'll think, gosh, we were living in a period of real luxury and we just didn't know it. Because there was so much stuff that's been going on for, a long period of time of low interest rates. A lot of, in retail, there's a huge number of brands that are funded by private equity money. Even things like Uber, they're all funded companies. So in some extent, all these lifestyle benefits that we've got used to, like calling Ubers, travelling around, is all supported by money that is just not going to be here anymore. So we will look back in the future and think, wow, that was an incredibly luxurious time compared to what is approaching, and we didn't realise that at the time we were living in.
Yeah, you never had it so good.
Well, you never realise these things. You don't realise ever these things until you look back on them with hindsight, do you? You think it's normal and you think these things are fixed and that electricity is always going to be the cost that it's going to be, and then a brutal shift happens and you realise it's changing.